Mother Nature.
Boy, yeah, a little bit, did you? That's a good thing.
We will all be able to cope with a little crosswind if some northern wind will show up, if any. The runway is quite long. It's not extremely wide, but I'm sure you can make it. I will remove all my stuff from the benches, but I leave there my toolbox and 4 cans of fuel. I have 2%, 5%, 10%, 15%. Please feel free to utilize it if you want to try some, whatever you want. I would like the benches to be free and all the tools behind here. You refuel, and then you start there, and then you fly. Usually we fly 2, 3 at the time if necessary. Otherwise, if someone feels more comfortable to fly alone, he says that, and everybody else will wait until he is finished. And with that, let's say that around noon we will reconvene again. We will spend 1 minute thinking and honoring the memory of deBolt, and then hopefully we'll have lunch, and then we'll continue to fly for the finish. Thank you all for coming.
Safety lines.
If you took your envelope, you saw that there is a piece of...
I'm David Hasman. This is deBolt's pea shooter. It came in at 4 pounds 11 ounces. It's got an OS 48 4-stroke on it, 10.7 3-blade propeller. I built it from plans, obviously. I modified the wing spar a little bit on what the plans called for. It's covered with nano-coat, so it wasn't as strong as the old silk and dope method, so I strengthened the spar in the leading edge. Flies great.
Very nice. Oh, here it goes. Whoops. Yeah.
I'm Scott Wallace from Endicott, New York. Been in the hobby over 40 years. So I'm here in Rochester today. I brought 2 of my airplanes for the vintage fly-in. First one here is a Super 60. It's a design from England. In 1961 is when it was first introduced as a rudder only. It was later updated to a 3-channel, and all through the 60s and 70s this was the most common trainer airplane flown in the UK. Still popular over in England in the vintage events. I chose it because I think it's kind of a neat looking airplane with the cabin, and you don't see many of them over here in the US. So it's been flying for 3 years now, and it's a lot of fun, always gets favorable comments.
What engine's in that?
It has a modern OS 25. The original's called for a 15 to 19. The 25 is fine. It's not very aerobatic. Could probably go up to a 35, but it's okay as is.
Awesome.
It's covered in SIG coverall and painted with Brodak dope.
Mm-hmm.
And I use a modern radio.
That's when you start to see Joe's
Very nice.
Hi. Hi. My name is Giuseppe Fascioni. I am Italian, meaning I was born in Italy. I moved to the United States in 2001. I've been a modeler since the age of 9. And when I started radio control in 1963, I was flying with something like this. Not exactly this transmitter, it wasn't a European transmitter, but it was single channel, meaning that I have a button here. When I push, I have right on the rudder. When I push release and push again, I have left on the rudder. That's all I have. So the aircraft is basically a free flight aircraft that flies slightly in a left circle, and with this you try to control it, let's say not to go too far away from it.
How about throttle control? Do you have that?
On this specific system I have no throttle control.
Okay.
So the tank is usually very small, so you stay aloft a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes, you gain some height, and then you try to do a spot landing. When the engine quits, you glide as a glider, and you turn and you put the aircraft into the wind, and then you let it go. And it lands like a glider, usually without breaking anything. That was the system that was in fashion in the late 50s, early 60s. Good flight.
It's a Cox, what?
Yeah, it's a Cox TD09.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, this has, as you can see, a real Tarno card, So it could be used with control. It could be throttled. But because I don't have this device on the radio system, I blocked it with this piece of wire. See? So it's blocked fully open.
I see.
And that's the minimum power for this aircraft, which, by the way, weighs almost 3 pounds, so it's not extremely light.
John Hafner, I'm a member of the Vintage Radio Control Society, and I'm flying a Taurus. It was designed by Ed Kazmierski in 1962. It won the Nationals in 1962, and this airplane is about 10 years old. It's got a OS 45 on it, and it was one of the first modern designed pattern airplanes.
It looks like a nice pattern plane.
It is, and it flies beautifully. This particular one even spent 3 months in the trees in Owego, New York, till I got it back, but it's flying again. And it's a joy to fly, really fun.
Where'd you come in from today?
I came in from Maryland. I drove up with Mike Dinest. He lives in Delaware. So we came up to fly at the vintage deBolt fly-in.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
What radio are you using there?
Oh, again, like Mike, this is a Kraft single stick radio, 7 channels. This was the last Kraft made in the United States. Not this particular radio, but this model radio was the last they produced before they started making them in Mexico.
You look like an official from the Vintage Radio Control Society. You're not?
I am on the executive committee. I'm the Northeast chairman of the Northeast group.
Oh, okay.
And so if people have interesting things, they send them to me, and I make sure they get the newsletter.
What does the membership cost a year for if you want to join that?
I believe it costs about $20 a year, and you can get a 1-year or 2-year membership. And we are an official AMA special interest group. We have events like this all over the country. We have chapters in various places. So there's a lot of interest in the vintage airplanes.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tick-tock, 6 o'clock, there's that old alarm again. Stand up, eyes shut, wishing I was sleeping in. Don't know how I do it, but somehow I do it every day. Just the same. Get dressed, still a mess, shuffle through the same routine. White tee, blue jeans, looking at me beckoning. Get myself together, come whatever, just like yesterday and every other day. As I rush by, the mirror catches my eye, and just guess who's smiling back at me. So today, no matter what comes my way, I'll turn it into something I can celebrate. I'm gonna give the world a shake with a smile. Nothing that can knock me down. I'm gonna take whatever comes around. Take every frown and turn it upside down with a smile. Bus stop, doors pop, everybody's getting in. Left, right, squeeze tight. Here's a 9 to 5 again. Just another day, but today I'm gonna make a change. Break the chain. Made my mind up, this is something special. Take the ordinary, gonna make it monumental. Life is what you make it, making lemons into lemonade. Ain't it great? As I rush by, the window catches my eye, and just guess who's smiling back at me.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Mike Dinest of Vintage RC Society, and I'm up here from Newark, Delaware with my friend John Hafner from Maryland. Today I'm flying a Bill Northrop designed Duster from 1964. The airplane is all balsa, built from plans, and it's powered. It's got electric power, and I'm flying it with this craft radio. So not everything is vintage on the airplane, and it's got the switchy a little bit. There we go.
Thank you.
Gonna take whatever comes around, take every frown and turn it upside down with a smile today. No matter what comes my way, gonna take the time to celebrate. I'm gonna give the world a shake with a smile.